Welcome to Inside Haiku Apps.
Really should be the last of our series of videos on Tracker. Alright, you've got a hard disk. This is your boot disk. And we open it. It doesn't call it Quemu hard disk. It calls it boot. Right. So the thing that you boot from is going to be called boot. So if I had another disk and I booted from that, that would be boot. But let's say you have another disk, right? Go here and you say, oh, I've got something called WinDisk. That's probably FAT32 or NTFS or whatever. Let's mount it. Mounting volume WinDisk file system on this, not the B file system. Hey, devs, rename that to Haiku file system. Come on, let's get out of this legacy thing, huh? Okay. Recommended to mount it read-only mode because to prevent unintentional data loss. Okay, let's be adventurous. Mount read-write. And now it's here, and just formatting it created a recycled folder already. And we are going to copy these folders here. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, let go. Error copy, my lovely operation notes. Why is that not supported? Because that's a symlink. And FAT32 doesn't support symlinks. Would you like to continue? Okay. And so now we will see everything has been copied except the symlink. The system there is smart enough to know that if we try to copy this file, then there's going to be a big problem. Now I'm going to take this Haiku PNG file and I'm going to copy it here. And no problem. Right. And it even, let's look at it a bit bigger, 64 by 64, and it even took the little thumbnail with it. But that's just a temporary thing because the FAT32 system doesn't know how to store that thumbnail. So if you got a folder of thousands and thousands of images and you keep it on a FAT32 disk, then expect that to take a few seconds to regenerate. Right? Because only a Haiku or BFS system knows about extended attributes, and they're used all over the system. Right, we're going to close this, and now we are going to unmount it. And it's gone. Rather properly gone. Sometimes if you've been running your system for a while, like 24 hours or something, and you unmount, then you'll see a little brown icon here and it becomes like a little zombie mounted volume. Happens less often these days. I mean, in the past it was a real headache, but it is unmounted. It's just sort of stuck in the system. So that happens to you. Don't panic. Next boot, it'll be properly gone. So, right. You can also say mount all, right? And you get the same thing. This time, let's just mount it read only. And we are now going to say, I want to do this, and you can't move a copy to a read-only volume. Whoa. That is the safety position. That is what the system wants you to do, read only, and then copy things from here to your main system. You are trying to replace the item, and it's the same item. Would you like to replace it? Yeah, here I would have liked a third option. Replace it but rename it. Yeah, but unfortunately that option is not available to us. Okay, and you can see it has moved, and now it's a little blue icon because we've moved this from FAT32 and the system doesn't know where it is. We got something for that. It is called identify, and then it goes and looks in the MIME database, because Haiku doesn't use file extensions like txt to decide what a file is. Well, it can, but as a very, very, very last resort. Right? It rather looks at the structure of the file and say, this is a text file. And therefore it opens with style edit or PE. And that's probably something we want to talk about at a later stage, but we have a lot more basic stuff to go through. Okay, I now have a very dirty system that I need to go clean up. And I hope this series gave you a little bit of insight into how to work with Tracker. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is really. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature really. It's just move things around very intuitively.